So you're probably thinking, Michaela, where are you? This is not an 18-year-old girl always in her bedroom. That's because I'm technically in my backyard. It's not like my backyard, like my house is not right there, but it's the land my family owns, so it's my backyard. I just wanted to talk about some really important things. I saw Julian Weber do this like a year ago, but I watched it recently and I really loved it. This is reasons why you should stay. If you clicked on this video because you're going through something, you're gonna get through it, I promise. It's not the end of the world. If it doesn't matter in 5 minutes, then you shouldn't be worrying about it. If you are going through something and you clicked on this video because of that, thank you so much for clicking. I'm so happy that you're even here today. Be proud of yourself for where you are. Even if you don't think that you're doing good, just know by being on this earth you are. There's so many people that love you. I wrote some things down about why you should stay. I actually only wrote limited things down, because when you think of something and you're like, oh my gosh, I should write this down, but you're busy, and then you forget. That's what I did. Also, I hope you like the outdoor setting, because I thought it would tie everything in. Reasons why you should stay. This is for if you have pets. Obviously this isn't gonna work if you don't have pets. If you have pets and you're gone, especially if they're your pets, of course, if it's your family pet, yeah, but if it's your pet, they're gonna miss you and wonder oh my gosh, I wonder where my owner went. When is she gonna get back? Or when is he gonna get back? When are they gonna get back? And just thinking about that, I wanna cry. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you have so much, and I mean so much, family and friends around you, and people you haven't even met yet that care about you so much. We've all been there. It feels like nobody cares, nobody really understands you, but I promise, some people, they just don't know how to show their love or to show how they care about you, and that's just how they were raised, and that's nothing on them, and it feels really hard because you show them love and you never get it in return. It's not because you're not worth it. It's not because you're not enough. You are enough. It's not the right fit for you. Also, going with that, sometimes you feel like your friends don't really get you, or your family, and that's just because you're gonna meet your people, I promise. I've met mine. Shout out to you, Cassie and Tiara, even though I haven't met them.
Look at the smile on her face. Interview on Thursday. Ah!
60-something days, I will meet my girls. Sometimes it feels like you're never gonna meet the right person. If that's a relationship-wise, friendship-wise, you will meet them. And you'll meet them at the right time. Most of the time when you meet someone, it's because you needed them the most. And sometimes you have friendships that end and you're like, oh my gosh, but I thought we were gonna be best friends forever. That just means that's who you needed at the time. I've never had many relationships. I seek more friendships than relationships. I'd rather have friendships over, I wish I could have both at the same time, but sometimes that's just not the case. And I totally forgot what I was blabbing about. Can y'all remind me? I actually don't remember. Hang on, I'll be right back. What I was saying was, even though you haven't met your person right now, that doesn't mean, because one of my close friends is going through this thing. She feels like she's never gonna be loved like she loves. But I promise you, if you're listening to this, you are. I tried to tell her, not your whole life. Even if you dedicate your life to it, your life doesn't have to be about a relationship. There's so much little things in life to care about. And there's so many things that are in life that I just don't even think about. But when I really do think about it, it means a lot to me. I wrote a list of some, so I'm just going to tell you. Like I said, Julian Weber, I stole some of those from her because she made me realize how much I do actually care about it. In the morning, when I get up early, I don't feel like you really think about this. The birds chirping outside actually does a lot for me. It gives me so much serotonin. What? Serotonin. I don't know why. It gives me a lot of serotonin. I don't know, it just makes me happy to be alive. Like, I woke up this morning and I got to hear birds chirping. Like, that's the best thing I've ever heard, if I ever heard what a best thing was. And then, as you can see around, just nature. Even though, like, bugs and... But nature is so beautiful. Like, everything growing, like, look at this. Look. This is my backyard. One of my favorite things is listening to music in the car, whether it's like with friends, even especially if it's at night. Like, I eat that. Split in half, but that'll have to do. There's a lot of memories in the car. Hear a song that reminds you of someone or a memory. I actually love that. Like Ribs by, I think her name's Lord. I've attached so many people to that song. Going along with like that sense too, because like if you smell something, like I used to wear In the Stars Bath and Body Works body spray in 7th grade, and it just reminds me of track. Me and all the track girls had like our locker room, and it just reminds me of being in there because I had a lot of friends in track. In that like locker room, so many memories, and so that reminds me of that. I didn't love school, but I loved my friends. And then going on walks, which people say like exercise, blah blah blah. Even a walk is like gonna help you. They're right. It's gonna do something to you. And you don't even have to go with friends. Like, you can walk alone. You can do anything alone. That's also on my list. Just being happy alone. Never really thought about it, but since I was like homeschooled, like being alone before, like I didn't think about it. Like, I didn't care. But now being alone, I'd much rather be alone. Let's be for real. Find happiness and peace in being alone. It's not that hard. Maybe it could be hard for some people, but I know me and a lot of other people really like it, so you should give it a chance. Because at the end of the day, you only have yourself. You do have other people, but at the end of the day, when you're tucking yourself, when you are getting your sweet treat and tucking yourself into your bed, is there going to be someone beside you? There's no one beside me. Oh my gosh, I forgot the word. I'll pop it up because there's an actual word for this, but the smell of rain. I need that as a perfume. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite things ever is waving at people I don't even know. My mom always thought I was like, not weird, but like, why are you doing that? She'd be like, you don't know that person, why are you doing that? It's because, what if they're having a bad day and I waved at them? Maybe it's not a big deal to other people, because like, if I feel like if someone waved at me, I wouldn't be thinking about it all day. Well, no one ever waves at me, so I don't know if I would. I feel like they would be like, oh, but that girl like waved at me, like that was so nice. Maybe I'm just like thinking too hard in it, but you never know who is going through something and who's not going through something. So you've got to watch out about what you say to other people, because it could be. Another thing I love is when you're hanging out with anyone and you just have that big belly laugh. Like, you start crying, you almost pee yourself, you have to hold your stomach, it hurts so bad. I love those types of laughs. Even though I don't even remember anything I ever laughed about, I feel like no one, well, maybe you do, but like on a regular day-to-day basis, you're not thinking about this stuff. I didn't know I was going to be yapping this much. I'm so sorry. I just love seeing love. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm a bit jealous. That should be me. Especially old people, like old couples holding hands and kissing. That's so cute. Like, that's gonna be me one day. Probably not. My friend told me the other day, which I heard this a long time ago, but you know, you always forget. But your parents, this is their first life too. They're not gonna be perfect. They're trying their best. So you gotta take it easy out on them. Hit my DMs on Instagram if you don't have anyone to talk to. I'm here to talk. I might not do much, but I'll be there for you and I'll try to say the right things to help you. That's pretty much all I have wrote down. I'm really happy to see you here. So I'll see you in... I feel like this is too intimate to like quit. But I've got to go. Love you. Subscribe if you'd like. Imagine someone just walked up behind me. I'd be freaking out. I feel like I'm not making much sense. So I'm just gonna go.